Hello and welcome to The Ecstatics. The Ecstatics is a pilgrimage through the heart lines of history. This is my personal journey into the higher consciousness of the heart. And really it's a journey through history, through time, and it's a journey into the subject of love. And this is really the most enduring subject that humanity has been possessed by. And it remains today the single most important subject, as it always has been for us as human beings. So this single question of love and how we find love and what love is what has obsessed and possessed the ecstatics. The ecstatics is the name I've given to the band of extraordinary people who have in some respect found an answer to this question of love, and they've left that behind for the rest of us. And they range from all kinds of different people. They are anything from solitary hermits and mystics to mad musicians and rogues and troubadours to poets, some of the great poets, and some of the great mystics, and completely ordinary men and women. I mean, this is what we must always remember about these ecstatics when we're looking into the lives of these people and we're contemplating who they are and who they were. We have to remember that they're just human beings, just like us, just like you, and that this can happen to you. This will happen to you. This must happen to you. This love, this explosion of love. Some of the ecstatics have just dived into love in some way and never returned. Others have merely visited love, or love has visited them and it's changed them unalterably for the rest of their days. There are others who've been born into love, and others who've had to hunt it down and capture it, and they caught it in their art or in their poetry or in their music or in their dance or in their actions and their service. The one common link to all the ecstatics is love, is their devotion to this transcendent love, this state of love. So in this series, which I'm really looking forward to doing, I'm going to be diving deeply into the heart field of all these people, these friends of mine, and I want to show you that their spirit is very much alive, is that love can never die, is that this is not a spectator thing I'm doing here. I'm not teaching history. I'm not interested in that. This is a live transmission. These are my beloveds, these people. These are people who I carry in my heart, who've touched me in some way, and I want to share that with you. I want to share them with you, my friends. These are my friends. I want to introduce them to you, my friends, because you're my friend. If you're listening to this, you are my friend, and I want to invite you into this game we're playing, and I want to invite you into my heart. This series is about me and my heart, opening up to you and your heart. And the heart is contagious, and these heart lines that travel throughout history, they're like ley lines. They travel throughout history, they converge inside you, they converge in our hearts. So wherever you are and whoever you are and whatever your life situation is, I'd like you to know from my heart that I love you, and I love the ecstatics. I love the state of ecstasy. It's something that I have known and I'd like to share. And I hope that it's something that ignites inside you and that you can build that feeling, because we live in a time where the world is focused very much on the external. You know, we're so concerned about the external world that we've forgotten the inner world. And the inner world is really the world of the heart. And the most important message for us today is this feeling, to remember this feeling of love inside us, and to excite that in the world around us, in our lives, is to have the courage to dive into the love field inside us, and to be poets and mystics and rogues and dancers ourselves, because love is about abandon. And this human vehicle that we're inside, humanity is on the cusp of a great leap, and this leap is a leap into the heart. This leap that everyone's talking about in the spiritual world, this quantum leap, it's the leap into the heart. There's so much knowledge around, but the heart doesn't know anything about knowledge. The heart just leaps, and this is really where we're going. And knowledge is beautiful. It is beautiful. But love is way beyond knowledge. Because when ecstasy takes you, when ecstasy explodes inside your heart, then you don't care about anything. You only care about the ecstasy, because you're absorbed in it, you're possessed by it. And ecstasy takes many different forms, and it's ignited by many different processes. In some people, it's ignited by their suffering, by going deep, deep, deep into your suffering. That's a beautiful path. For instance, that's encapsulated by the path of the Christ. For others, it's ignited by aloneness, by going into solitary aloneness, by meditation, by contemplation. For others, it's ignited by nature, by being outside, by being with the trees, by being with the creatures, by being in the mountains, by swimming in the rivers, by the exquisiteness of the wind and the leaves and the sunlight. Above all, though, ecstasy comes through relationship. It's all based on relationship, and in that sense it's truly tantric, because tantra is all about the surrender to the beloved, and the beloved can be anything. It can be anyone. So I really want to convey this to you, that your families are your beloved, your friends, your enemies are your beloved. The people who create the most difficulty in your life, those are your beloved. You need to learn to surrender to those people. You surrender to them in your heart. The path of ecstasy, the path of the ecstatic, is the path of sacrifice. And that means you have to accept your life as it is right now, and you have to embrace it and love it. And no matter how difficult your relationships may be, it's inside those relationships where love lies. It's your way. That is the most direct path for you, whoever you are, the people you're in relationship with, the creatures you're in relationship with. It's all about relationship. So you don't need any other path. This is why the path of Tantra, or the path of love, is the easiest path. It's much easier than the path of meditation. Meditation, you have to keep going away and finding a quiet place. And you eventually have to find that inside you. But the path of love, it's all the time. It's all the time. It's everywhere, because it's always about relationship, and we're always in relationship. So these are paths of sacrifice, of prayer, of worship, of devotion. And the world needs this. You see, in the Eastern tradition they have a concept. It's called bhakti. The bhakti yoga. The bhakti is a wonderful term. It means, in a way, it's like juice. It's like the ethereal juice of love. It's the perfume of the transmission of love. And bhakti is something that you create through your love. So in other words, the more you love, the more bhakti you create. It's actually there. It comes out of your aura. You can fill a room with bhakti. If you go into one of these temples, they're filled with bhakti. You can feel it. You can sense it in the air. All those prayers, all that devotion, all that worship, it creates this charged, ionic atmosphere of bhakti. And what bhakti does is bhakti ignites Shakti. These are funny terms, I know. And Shakti is like the divine response to the Bhakti. In other words, whenever you worship, whenever you devote yourself, or you sacrifice, or you surrender to the heart inside another, then Shakti is activated. And Shakti is an agent of grace. You see, this path of the ecstatics, it's all about grace. We wonder, well, what is grace? Grace is the response from the divine. I've got a great teaching that I'm unfurling. It's called the Corpus Christi. And the Corpus Christi is a huge body of teachings and methods and techniques that explains the passage. It's, in a way, it's the blueprint of our evolutionary journey from being human to being divine. And it explains the currents of evolution and involution as the Shakti comes down and the Bhakti rises up. And within this framework lies something called the 7 sacred bodies. Many of you will know this through the chakras, the 7 chakras, or in some of the theosophical writings and teachings, the different bodies, the different layers of the aura, the physical body, the astral body, the mental body, and then those are the 3 lower bodies, and then above them the higher bodies, the higher trinity, the causal body, the Buddhic body, and the Atmic body. Those are the 6 essential bodies, and there are 2 trinities there, and the 7th, the monadic body, enfolds them all. There's a mystery in that. But the path of devotion, the path of ecstasy, it concerns the 2nd body and the 5th body, because there are 2 trinities, and these 2 trinities are trying to come together, the divine trinity and the human trinity, and they're trying to merge. This is the symbol of the pentagram, the hexagram, the Solomon seal, the Star of David, the 2 triangles of involution and evolution coming together. And we are concerned here with the heart, which is the 2nd aspect of the Trinity, love, the Christ. And so the astral body, which is our emotional, longing, desire, sexual nature, has to come together with the Buddhic body, which is the body of ecstasy, the body of enlightenment, the body of divine love. And the ecstatics concerns the flow of energy between these 2 bodies, the Shakti and the Bhakti. One of the deepest teachings of these ecstatics is about grace. And the lovely thing that I love about grace is that grace is something you have only to ask for. This is what prayer is. You just ask for it, and it's delivered. It's so simple. But you have to allow yourself that. You mustn't be too tense. Life is a romance. This is all romance. The path of ecstasy, the path of devotion, it's romance. We're alive in a deeply romantic moment in history. We're alive in the time in the fairy tale when the prince comes and he kisses Sleeping Beauty, and suddenly she awakens. And the moment she awakens, love breaks through, and it breaks the spell of the Maya, of the illusion. In the fairy tales, they all have those moments at the end, the redemption, the atonement. It's happening to all of us. It's coming. We're living in that time now. Love is breaking through inside us. It's breaking through as a collective. So it's happening to you. It must happen to you. You have to let this in. So this series on the ecstatics, it's my introduction to that breaking open. In a way, it's my breaking open. It's why I've been longing for it. I've been teaching for a long time from the mind, from the divine mind. And I will continue to because I love it. But this is my balance. This is my feminine to that masculine. And I want to express this love, and I'd like you to feel it and receive it. and see where it goes inside you. See what it ignites inside you.